We fixed our sound.
All right. So,
Good catch.
good morning,
We would
everybody.
just be lip
Yeah.
syncing. Okay. Good morning. Welcome.
So today's topic, we're going to talk about some of the recent occurrences on eBay with regards to this is something you don't have to worry about at all.
My paradise life.
Is offers
Yay.
that we've been getting. Then we will cover all of our sales. 13 items sold, so we're back up to the positive side
Yes.
of things.
Getting kind of nervous yesterday.
Yeah, it was really slow at
Last
the beginning
night
of the day.
on our walk,
Yeah.
before bed, we had 3 items had sold.
Yeah, so it was like, okay.
It's like,
But it turned really quickly, so
Yeah.
we've come around.
That's
But so we'll jump into the topic today.
Okay.
So lowball offers. I don't know if this is what eBay has turned into, but I have gotten like
Cheap.
I'm talking a lot of like 50% offers. So I'll have an item listed for 40, they'll offer 20. I've even had several like
75%
items
off.
items listed for 80, $5 offer.
That's ridiculous.
I'm not kidding. Like,
Block.
this is happening.
Those are the people you block.
And
not
you know,
serious.
I don't. So here's the other side of the coin. I feel like it's good for the algorithm that somebody shows interest in your item, regardless of the offer they
Okay.
send. And if I come back in those situations, I look at those as just that's an absolute joke offer.
Yes.
I will counter and I will take
With
off like
a joke offer.
a dollar off. Okay, my $80 item is now $79.
And thank you for boosting my post.
Yes. And then they usually just disappear.
Right.
The other aspect I've had is like I've had a golf club that I just listed, right? Somebody came in, offered $20.
Okay.
And I said $37.50, and I put on the reply I said just listed.
Right.
And then they come up to $25. Like, I'm not going to play this game, so I just decline the offer, and then the person responds back to me and says, if you're only going to take off $2.50, you should just list it for $37.50 and turn off offers.
How about you just go deal with somebody else? Like,
And-
you don't have to like give your opinion all the time.
So what I think this inevitably is like I think people are looking for a deal.
Yes.
Like more so than
Temu.
normal.
Temu
Go to
prices.
But the I think as part of it is the economy aspects. Like
For
people are
sure.
really getting hit on
Yes.
many different ways and angles.
If people are losing their vehicles
Yeah.
and houses, then yes.
Yeah. And so like for example, we also had a return recently.
Yes.
Where they claimed that the Blu-ray was not working. We get it back, and there was 0 issues with the Blu-ray whatsoever.
Watch the whole thing.
Watch the whole thing because the kids like it, as
love
Wallace
it.
and Gromit and
Yes.
all this other stuff. And it's a good cartoon for the kids. They loved it, and all that. But the problem is like they wanted an opportunity to watch I'm not your Blockbuster, okay? I'm not running
And
Blockbuster.
we're just assuming this was what happened because we had no issues with it. So
No.
maybe there was something wrong with their Blu-ray player or, like who
Correct.
knows what happened there. But when we get the item back and it's perfectly fine,
Yeah.
then we're not going to pay your shipping.
No. And I mean, I think we're inevitably playing shipping back because that was created through eBay, but
Yeah.
we report the buyer. I think it's
Right.
important that in these situations
Yes.
you report the buyer because it is bad behavior,
It is.
especially when you get it back and there's absolutely nothing
Right.
wrong with the item. And honestly, when we receive returns, I want to say about 25 to 30% of the time, there is nothing wrong with the item,
Right.
and they tried to use some way to get it to where
And
we pay for
the
shipping.
bad thing about that is when they send a return, oftentimes they'll send it item not as described, and that hurts your store.
Correct.
So when you legitimately get it back and there is nothing wrong with it, you have to report it, or
Yeah.
it's going to affect your store. It's going to affect your income, your fees, discounts, and
Yeah.
everything. Like this is bigger than just Amazon. Like
Yeah.
we're not a big corporation. You're hurting
Correct.
our store because you regret buying the item.
Yeah, correct.
And you can't get away with that.
So it's a really dangerous situation we're in right now. Like you gotta be willing to fight to get those
Yeah.
returns off
Because
your
we used
account.
to just like move on.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Take
Yeah.
the hit, but it's like no, we can't.
We can't afford
take
that.
the damage.
Because then when there is a legitimate problem with an item, like you have to have that buffer and ability to be able to take that hit.
yeah, absorb it because there
Yeah.
are going to be mistakes. Like
Yeah.
we've made mistakes. The
Yeah.
hat swap we had recently. There's just it's inevitable. You're
Yeah.
going to make mistakes. But when it's not your fault, You need to make sure that you fight to make sure that you
It
do not get
doesn't hurt
dinged in the
you.
process.
Hmm.
So, kind of a little tangent today, but
Yeah, but it's
it's
all kind of related.
it is.
Like, because the economy is bad and people are wanting things for cheap, if they get an item and they use it and then send it back, like, it's all kind of related.
Yeah. And
Because
I've
they
seen
need
it.
their money. They
And
want their money and the item.
that's part of the culture too. Is like I was watching. It's like a financial audit guy, Caleb Hammer, and there was a girl that had a bad habit of buying stuff on Amazon, and when she got pressed, what she would say is, "Oh, I just return a lot of stuff I get from Amazon."
Yeah. You
It's
know
like,
what? I used to do that at Kohl's.
and you know what? Yeah, but the thing, yeah,
Like, when I was in my bad spending habits, like when we were first married, I would just go buy what I wanted. And then when I get in an argument with my husband, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just return it and I'll
but you
just
didn't
take it
use it.
back.
Like this
Right.
person
No,
was
it was
using,
with tags.
they
Yeah.
would go wear
Yeah.
the dress
Right.
and then return it.
So wrong.
And like that was the game they were
Yeah.
playing, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Granted, it's kind of the same
No, it's the
ballpark.
mindset of like, just be sure you want the thing before you buy it.
Yeah.
Like, just stop it there. Like,
Yeah.
because then you're wasting gas, you're wasting time, and like, why?
Yeah.
Be sure
Well,
you want it before you buy it.
so Amazon's cracking down on some of these people, and they're making them pay more for the
Yeah.
items on the
And
front
it's
end.
probably pretty sly because if
Yeah.
they don't know that's going on, they just expect that Amazon's prices are going higher.
Going higher, correct? But you
And
know,
they're probably like, well, duh, the economy is like bad, so everything's raising. Obviously, my prices are raising.
yeah. And little do they know, it's
Yeah.
all because they're just a bad buyer.
Yep.
So it's just the reality of it. You are going to have bad buyers. You got to deal with it, even on the malicious, like
You know what? I almost
negative
wonder.
side of
It would be
offers.
really nice if eBay could do like some kind of color coding whenever you get an offer, and this person is yellow. Like,
Yeah.
proceed with caution.
Well, they kind of have that. You just have to do the extra
Yeah. It
little
would
step
just be
to
nice.
see
Like,
feedback. And it's happened many times. Like there was an item that we sold today that I had a good offer on it previously, and I think even for more money. But when I went to go research the buyer, they were a bad buyer,
oh yeah.
and so I just blocked them and
Yeah.
then declined the offer,
Right.
and then moved on. So.
So there we go.
But we'll jump into sales. So we had 13 items, and the first up we have are these pair of Durango boots. These are women's boots. We had somebody ask about the circumference at the top. These were those, and
Same
you did that.
person.
Yep, $40 plus shipping on the Durango boots. Oddly enough, I picked up another pair of those this weekend. So
Same kind.
yeah, same kind.
Good thing those are out. We won't get them mixed up. Probably
Yep,
different sizes.
Correct. They're sitting on the stairs down there. So we have a bobblehead that went out. This is Tucker Barnhart for the Reds. $7 plus shipping on that.
Alrighty.
A iron. This is a 7-iron burner. This sold for $27.99 plus shipping, and that was a pretty quick seller
Yeah.
for a one single iron. Those are generally a little bit more difficult to sell. This was another fast seller. These are some New Balance size 14 2E, so it's a very specific size. I thought these were going to take a lot longer to sell, to be honest with you. $44.95 plus shipping,
Oh,
and we picked this up.
It
Yeah,
is,
it's not flawless. Like
Yeah.
there's also some wear
okay,
here,
yeah.
but honestly, like
Yeah, they look
other than
great.
that, they look great, and they're in really good
Yeah.
condition otherwise.
A lot of
So,
life left.
but yeah, those we picked up on the 301.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that was a fast seller. This came from a free bin. I always like free
How long
bins.
ago was this?
This is a long time
Yeah.
ago. But this is a Christopher Radko little horse.
Of course.
And we got an offer on this. I had it listed for 40 and they offered 25, which goes back to the theme.
Yeah.
But I literally have had no interest
Right,
in this. So
right.
I said, you know what? We're just going
Let's
to go ahead
just
and
move
take it.
And it's like fragile, so let's.
So I will say there are times when the lower offers
They're-
can make sense, especially if it's something that you haven't
Had any
any
eyes
interest in for a long time. So that's why I'm not going to ever block these buyers.
on. Yeah.
But it's when they come in on something you just listed and they're not reasonable and they're like pitching
And they
a
don't
fit.
know. They don't know you just listed.
They
but when
don't.
you tell them, and they come back and say like
And then
you're
they
doing
say
it wrong,
rude
like
and
whatever.
how about you do this instead? Like no, how about you just no?
How about I run my business how I want to?
So this is the item where we had the bad buyer previously, and so this sold for $99
This is
plus
the
shipping.
person that bought it is not.
No,
bad
the
buyer.
person that bought this is a good buyer.
Good buyer.
So this is a 6 dual band wireless mesh system for your house, and it is open box
Where did we get this?
in our neighborhood.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
So I think we paid $15 for it.
Yeah.
And
That
granted,
was one of the items that she wanted a lot more for a year ago.
yeah,
And then she held it a year and then was able to be like, yeah, just take it. And
Yeah.
we got there late. So it wasn't like
correct.
we were first in line and said, let's make a deal.
Yep.
So that was good.
So from our action figure lot that we purchased, these little 3 Transformer figures, these are Gen 2, I think, or Gen 1, I don't know. I don't know any of these things, but these 3 together sold for $18.95 plus shipping.
Perfect.
So we are now in the profit
In
on
the
the
profit.
action figure buy. With that and the Bozo the Clown sale. Love it.
I definitely thought this was like a little guy. And
Nope.
then I see it in the bin. I'm like, oh.
Nope.
he's
So we
big.
got a big, got him from a
pretty
local
cool.
thrift store, Funko Pop, and he like bobbleheads.
Yeah, it's a smooth right.
And this guy sold for $16.25 plus shipping. Had him listed for $25.
Do you like that deal?
Yeah.
You do?
No, it's all right. I think I paid $3 for
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
we're making a little bit of money.
It's pretty cool looking.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So
It helps when you like the items.
we have a Huck hat. You know what brand this is for?
Fishing.
Yeah, you got it.
Because my cousin likes this.
And this hat sold for $11 plus
I
shipping.
was helping her go shopping for his clothes and stuff. They have like all different styles.
Okay. Next up, this is from the Bargain Hunt. It was a tattoo printer, and selling this as, I think used is what I
Yeah.
went with on it, but it is basically like new.
Yeah,
So when they
so-
get it, they're going to be very happy with the condition. And this sold for $89.95 plus shipping,
Perfect.
or $89.99 plus shipping.
Yeah.
So, and so we would be in it for $8.
Yep.
So
great.
it's a really good flip, and it didn't take too long. It was probably
Yeah.
about a month, and that
Yeah.
sold. This we picked up this last weekend on Saturday.
I'll show them the funny thing about those.
Wow, tell me the difference.
They're supposed to be different players.
Yeah, they're different players, but literally it's the same figure, just changing the name. And I'm talking like even the back, everything is identical
Just change the name.
other than the name. So these little figures paid. They were 2 for $1.
Okay.
Is what I paid.
Yeah.
And so these 2 sold for 18 plus shipping. So not too bad, and it sold quickly. And we have a couple more of those
Yeah.
that we lotted. I lotted them all together. So, and then next up we have Soap, the complete DVD series, brand new sealed, sold for $16.63, and it's international shipping.
And they want this in a box.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, it's going international.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like
still.
not in.
I see a box.
Unreasonable.
No, that's too long.
It's not unreasonable to do. And then last up for the day, this is, I want to come really close. So
A little cane.
a little cane, this came off of one of the action figures, and it was on Freddie Blassie, classy Freddie Blassie, but he's supposed to have a different type of cane. This is the cane that goes to,
How in the world did you find that? You
I just
Google
was-
image that and it's going to be like
Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji.
Because that was the brand of the other guy?
The other guy has a cane like
Okay.
this. So this is Mr. Fuji's cane from the lot, and because of that, it's like a piece that's often lost. This sold for $18.99 plus shipping.
So this is the thing. If you like what you're listing, you'll have more knowledge about it. Because if I saw this, I would say,
You
I'm
would
throwing
throw
it away.
Yeah, you would have thrown it.
Because
But one of the characters was holding it.
I don't care. I wouldn't
So
even
then I
know-
took a picture of the
would-
character,
yeah, I would
and
have
then I
to do
looked
Goog-
closer into the image, and I
Yeah.
noticed it was supposed to have like a flat top for the cane.
I wish.
So
that
then
was
I
great,
did.
Aaron.
Yeah, I know. So then I did a Google
Yeah, I
lens.
know.
So then I did a Google lens of this, and then I saw it went to Mr. Fuji.
Okay.
So it's
Well,
Mr.
so
Fuji's
smart.
cane.
So smart. Good job.
Yeah. So, and that's international.
That's
so
a silly thing. $18.99.
And they paid international shipping on that
Oh my goodness.
to get the cane.
Well, they need to complete their series then. That's what they needed it for.
It's just, you got to get it when you can get it.
Yes.
So, I would say it's been a solid sales week, even though it's
Yeah.
been a little bit on the teeter of
Not smashing, like price wise.
Yeah, it's a lot of-
low.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
lower dollar items that have been selling. Granted, today we've had a couple that were
Yeah.
decent,
Yeah. The
but
boots,
it's
yeah.
and the boots were
And the
40 and
shoes, yeah,
these.
they're pretty good.
So it all adds up.
It
But
does. Take it one sale at a time.
next tomorrow looks like another trip to the bargain hunt. But before then, even better is we have a community sale on a Friday. So I'm pumped for that.
They're always hit or miss. Like
Yeah.
Friday sales, not everyone's going to participate, and you don't know if
It
anyone's
said
going
5 families,
on
5
Friday.
houses on Friday are going
Well,
to do
that's
the
good.
community sale. So I feel like you can't fail with 5 families on a community
I
sale.
don't know. Don't
And
get your hopes up. That's our problem. Stop getting excited. Be very disappointed, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised
yeah,
tomorrow.
no, I will recorrect my thought process, but
Okay.
I'm,
Tamper it. Come on.
I mean, it's just not often that you get that opportunity. So
I'm just going to keep talking negative so you like get that excitement lower.
nothing will change, is what she's saying. She's
Stop
going to be
it.
negative.
Stop. I've been way better lately.
Lately.
The last 5 years, I've been better. Anyways,
So,
what are you doing today?
I got a couple items to list, but outside of that, I don't have that much to list. So
Time to learn clothes and purses.
not happening. So I'm gonna do what I can, but then once I hit the
I wonder if you can go through our bins and see if there's anything that's worth just getting rid of.
what bins were you
Like
talking about?
go through our inventory.
I mean, I would do that online on the computer.
I can give you inventory sheets if you want to check and make sure everything's in
I
there.
don't want to do that. So we've done this before,
Yeah.
and you are so much more efficient at doing that than I am.
Because you can't see very well.
Yeah.
Because your eyes are horrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have nothing to do but shipping today because I have VBS to prepare for. And then tomorrow is sourcing and VBS and then regular weekend and back to normal on Monday.
Normal.
Our normal.
Yeah. So.
All right. So there's our wrap up for the week.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody.
Are you guys having really bad offers? Like, is that common? Are you experiencing that more than usual?
Yeah.
How about returns?
I mean, do you have offers on? I think that's another thing.
Oh.
Because people could turn offers
That's
off.
true.
I don't know why you would do that, but
Yeah.
I think it does bring more eyes. And I have been finding that a lot of the stuff we've been selling have been going out on like 10 to 15% off offers. You know, like the Linux thing that was listed for $115. We took it $99 plus shipping.
Yeah.
The little minifigure Toronto things those were listed for $20. It went for $18.
But when we buy these things, you're already assuming like even though you see a price on something, like the margin of
I think that's also
cost.
part that if you're not doing that now, so let's say for example you buy an item for $5 and you see sold comps for 25, just assume it's going to sell for 20.
Right.
And then that way it gives yourself a buffer. And I think if you're not doing that, you're making a mistake.
And also, like, I think customers enjoy bartering and like feeling like they already won because
they got a deal.
They got money off.
And then I think that will help you on the back end because the person's not going to want to return an item.
Yeah, because they won't be able to buy it.
Because they know they got a deal. If you feel like you got a deal, you'll be happier with the whole situation.
Yeah.
So
we encourage putting on offers.
Yeah, if you being happy with the purchase requires getting 10% off, then offer 10% off.
Yeah.
And don't just leave positive feedback and disappear. And then we're good. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Take care, everybody.